Welcome to episode 25 of the EE Powertalk. My name is Elvis.
My name is Daddy Blessing. Welcome to the EE Powertalk. Episode 25.
Episode 25.
Man,
we're doing well.
We are doing pretty fine for ourselves. I'm tapping myself in the shoulder and telling myself, Kijana,
I want to thank me.
But I want to thank the team.
You want to thank the team?
Me, I want to thank the team. Well, in case you see Elvis has been fired, because you're producer, Mimi, I'm in good terms with the team.
You're in good terms?
Yes.
If I'm fired,
and
they bring Kedeki.
Yeah, and they bring Kedeki. And wewe umejitakia. So today, on this particular episode, we want to talk about how to transition from boyhood to manhood. And really what it means to be a total man. Do you remember Be What?
I remember Be What.
Total man. Do you know why he was being called total man?
Why?
Because he was the right hand man for Moi. That short man you were seeing there. He used to do things for Moi and people could hear Be What is coming. Ata heli warambe barabara na udimi. Just not to cross that man because he knew how to get things done. Now, you're not talking about manhood in that context, but really, a man, despite being biologically XY chromosome
and biologically having an element
of integration, it is beyond that.
There's a video I sent you guys. You can check it. Where they were saying 1,200.
Yes. It is beyond that. Being a man really isn't just defined by gender. And primarily it is gender, We can't say women can be men.
It's not a social construct.
It's primarily it is gender. But that's not the only thing that defines who and what a man is. Number one thing that defines what a man is personally is integrity. Be a man of integrity. Be a person of integrity. There are things that unless you grow your integrity, be a person who has empathy for other people and think these things emanate from having good leadership skills. That's the only time we can call you a man. There are things that boys can react to that men don't react to. There are ways that men settle disputes that boys can't even come close to. And it is not necessarily a matter of age. Most of the time, manhood is a matter of experience. You'll find a 35-year-old boy and a 20-year-old man. The difference is in how they think. The difference is in how they take on leadership roles and whether or not they are people of integrity. Do they show empathy to other people? Do they lead the way? Do they stand up for the occasion? That is what being a man is. Now, having to transition from being a boy, a person who really doesn't have much to offer to the society, because again, a man has a lot to offer.
You have a lot to offer.
Yeah, for you to be called a man, even generally in the society, kuna kitu ambayo unapea society. Which is generally leadership. Transitioning from that, you need to be around people that are giving out those values, or people that are it has to emanate from you surrounding yourself with fellow men. Just like we have said in a previous episode, being a man requires more than just bearing a name. That tukikuita Elvis tunajua see Elizabeth. There's a very huge difference. Why do we call Elvis with some sort of weight and Elizabeth with some sort of femininity? Nakuja mulikuwa mnagoja hapo kwa weight niseme tunasemaga Elizabeth na madharau. Tunamjua. So really being a man calls for you to stand on business basically.
Yes. Me, I tend to think there's one thing I have to really say. The moment you start becoming a man, is there's a certain video I was watching on YouTube, is when you start becoming responsible for others.
Thank you. It is
you're not only responsible for yourself, you're also responsible for others.
Yes.
You cannot be that you disappeared from caring for your little children and still call yourself a man.
Yes.
No. If they're yours and you're not taking responsibility, they're not yours.
Yes.
It's the same case. I used to remember sometime my father used to beat me and he used to tell me, you think I'm beating you because I want to? No. It is my responsibility to discipline you.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, when you end up as a spoiled child, it is not you who is going to blame.
Yes.
It is me.
Yeah.
Responsibility for others.
Yes.
It takes so much pride for you as a man when your mother calls you when she has trouble.
Yes.
Buddha, nowadays you have 30-year-old boys. Do you know that?
They call their mother when they have trouble.
30-year-old boys, 45-year-old boy, and then you have an 18-year-old man.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Very true. I've seen it.
You've seen a man, 21. Do you know how much it takes for you to be a responsible man? Like for you to be called like you're a responsible man.
Yes.
There is a lot you have to do in this life. Bro, the kind of nonsense we have as men nowadays, like it's even tough for you as a man to call yourself as a man when even your brothers and even your sister cannot call you when they have problems.
Yes.
You can't solve them.
Yeah. They know.
Have you ever seen that uncle of yours kwenu mwenye anapigiangwa every time, and if he doesn't say kama hajasema, it's not going to be done.
Yeah, true.
There are men who say we're doing this.
Yes.
This is what
that's
we'll
final.
do. That's final. Nowadays it's mom, this and this has happened. Daddy. You get?
Yeah.
I normally tell people that sometimes as a man, you should have problems in your life so much that when you solve them is when people realize that you had problems.
Yes.
That is when your mother is realizing, guy, ati ulikuwa wapi? That is when they realize, ati ulishikwa, ukafungwa hauma siku ngapi? Siku 3. Mbona huko niambia? Hiyo ni kitu ndogo. Nowadays, you're finding irresponsible men still stuck in their manhood.
Yeah.
There's a stage nasikianga America akiita the phallic stage. Yenye uko tu na uko.
Umekwama tu mahali ujui ni wapi?
Umekwama tu na uko hivyo, you're not very sure.
Yeah.
And I tend to think that one of the things people have to understand is a man is a title that you earn.
Very true. Thank you.
A man, getting to be called a man,
it's not given.
it's a title that you earn. I remember there is a time I used to see, you see how guys on social media unatusiwa na watu
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you come out crying. Hey, there's this dude who was like alitusiwa.
Yeah.
He just came back on social media and continued like nothing had happened.
Yeah.
And people are saying you're a real man.
Yeah.
You see how men know how to do, like, let me give you an example.
Yes.
If you want to know you're a real man, is when your girlfriend calls you with a yani kakitu tu, kitu like bulb yake kiharibika. Some mechanical stupid stuff.
Yes. Anauliza your opinion.
They want you to handle it.
Yeah.
She wants to move from her house,
Yes.
but she has to first come and ask you. She wants to buy this. She wants to buy. Now imagine you have a wife who wakes up in the morning, goes and buys a vehicle without telling you.
Hey.
You can imagine. Bibi yako amekuja na TX hapo hivyo. You cannot be stupid, so stupid that you think that she went and just got it like that.
Another man helped.
Of course. And as a man, you realize that you're a man when you start being responsible for others.
Yes.
You realize your kids want to be around you all the time. They want to, your wife wants to seek your opinion.
Yes.
She wants to do something, but she has to first ask, I need to know this man. Leadership.
Yes.
I also came to learn that if you cannot lead yourself as a man, you cannot be a leader.
Thank you.
And that's a transition from boyhood to manhood.
Yeah. So now, when it comes to really integrating boys in the society, preparing them to be men, there's a lot that needs to be done.
Ooh, a lot.
Even in the modern society, so to speak. I have people I look up to in business that are women, and just the other day we were having just a chat, and they were admitting, it is very, very impossible for a woman to call out a man in her son. Very, very difficult.
No, you cannot do that. You can only call out a girl in your man. Why do you think women are raising men then kidogo ameanza kuvaa skirt?
And that's something very special I've seen, because imefika mahali, because now because of how rampant single motherhood is, and unfortunately, so to speak, single mothers are raising their children with an attitude that all men are dog. How can you be saying that all men are dog and you're raising a Jaden there? Kwani Jaden
Tiatabweka pia, ziata anajua kubweka.
Atabweka.
You know, that's a logical statement we have to think. Let me say that men are made men by fellow men.
Yes.
That is why mimi nilitahiri and immediately my mother was told never to enter into my room and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Then I was told siku moja nikuje nikupate kwa bedroom ya mamako.
Yes.
Do you know up to date my mother's bedroom
out of bounds?
Sijaiona.
Yes.
Up to date.
Yes.
My father if I need something in my mother's house he has to be there for me to ask.
Yes.
We have been trained, like how do you saw the other woman who was kissing the son.
The child.
The other one was touching, groping the mother.
Yes.
Bro, do you know kwetu, even hugging your own mother as a man, ati, oh, mommy. Wait, she's a god. People don't understand that your parents are your second gods. Mimi, the way I've been raised is I have to respect my parents.
Yes.
Buddha, the respect I greet my parents with and my mother and my father.
Yes.
Mzae kuna heshima yake kwanza sheria.
Yes.
And let me say this. Men are people who like order.
Yes.
And we are logical.
Yes.
That is why ukiambia mwanaume kitu, rarely will they argue. They'll say yes.
Yes.
Especially if they know they're getting words. Why do you think majority of people in the army are men? It's very easy for men to listen to commands. Yeah? But now we've normalized, like, if you're a single mother, I think one of the things you have to do first is get role models or father figures for your kids.
Yes.
Especially if they're boys.
Yeah.
Even madem wanahitaji father figures.
There's something actually, because
even madem you cannot bring out feminine energy.
Yeah.
If you're so used to feminine energy pia wewe. If your mother runs like a cock, anapiga kelele kama mbuzi siji. Hata wewe you'll be doing like that in future. But now assuming a chick anapiga kelele anaambiwa na baba yake that one no,
not in my house.
It brings the softness in her. But now look at the bunch we have nowadays. You find a chick, like there's a time I went to a club. Why do you think nowadays clubs people are avoiding them?
Yeah. Because unapatana na mademu wanaume huko.
Unabishana na mademu wanaume wenzako.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is happening? And that's why I say even for men, like you can't raise men in feminine energy and expect that this guy is going to be masculine. Atakuwa tu as soft. Bro, mimi unajua kwetu mimi we've been raised boys peke yake.
Yeah.
And we've had a father. Kwetu sijui kama kwani ilikuwa hivi, but ukitahiri women they don't visit.
Yeah.
It's men. I was visited for like 3 days. These guys wanakuta umeweka kikombe hivi. It's kind of a way of harassing you.
Yeah.
Ukikula ushibe, unafaa utani.
Yes.
So wakikuja wapata umeweka hivi.
Wanaongeza zingine.
We. Dahoni hiyo, buleteni uji.
Yes.
And then these guys they used to go and buy meat.
Yes.
Bro, ebu imagine you're just 13 years old. Umetahiri 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Umetahiri unakula kilo 2 ya nyama peke yako.
Yes.
And then these guys used to toughen you up.
Yes.
So by then I was told, you remember we've talked about brotherhoods. I was told I join a football team. I'm like, I don't even know how to play football. I was told no.
You just
Join.
Be there.
Naingia huko kwanza narafiwa up na wanaume bana. Bro, like msichana kupiga tackle. So I realized kumbe
body charge unaokota kwa shamba na.
Then a guy tells me, bro, ukipigwa tackle acha ufala. Piga tackle pia wewe. That is when I realized, the world is harsh for men.
Exactly.
And the way we continue to raise soft boys. Bro, kuna mwanaume sahi. Wewe unajua me like I can go in a forest at night. Unajua tukitahiri, like we used to be told to do things you're like, what
are these things?
When you hear Masais wakiambiwa they go and kill a lion,
unadhani ni jokes.
Na sayo kuna Jaden ametahiri ako kwa sitting room na mamake.
And the mother is nursing the guy.
I'm not saying, I normally say that. I think the more you continue to inflict feminine energy in men, you will never bring out strength in these guys.
True.
Men are meant, like I remember, I like listening to Jordan Peterson. Alikuwa anasema, men are meant to do hard things.
Yes.
That is why when you go to the gym, rarely will you find women lifting 100 kgs. You find men huko ndo wanangangana nazo. Bro, I can, like, mimi nikianza gym, I was not even able to, unaona dumbbell ya 10 kgs, nilikuwa na struggle. But I said within 1 year ndakuwa nainua 25 vibaya sana. He was trying to say that men are meant to be doing hard things. And the hard things is not even hard. It's a purpose.
Yes.
Like, why do you think as men we are told we are creators? Because we are supposed to sit down and think.
Yes.
And for you to transition from being a boy to a man, it takes a point where you sit down and ask yourself, hey, what should I be doing for my life? If you don't have fathers, if you've been raised by feminine energy all around,
yes.
get yourself some masculine energy. Kana, me, I used to, have a lot of uncles. Uncle yako anakupiga lecture.
Yes.
Kwetu, I don't know if it's customs, but kwetu before utahiri, you have to ask for permission.
Yeah, sure.
It's common.
Yeah. It's the Kikuyu culture.
Bro, imagine going to your uncle. You have 11 uncles. They have to approve.
Yes.
If they say no, ukaivo.
Mwaka mzima.
You get.
Wait for next season.
And that's why you find that I was having an interesting conversation with someone over here akisema that as a woman, as a lady, as a woman, I prefer guys when you're melelewa ushago. Mi najua nimelelewa Nairobi, but I like guys in ushago. First of all, they have a purpose in them. Number 2, hawana utoto mingi atao. Number 3, they are responsible. Number 4, they are tough. Buddha. Ebu imagine, like for me I used to go to school. Na unaamka asubuhi 4 am.
Yes.
Si basi nakubeba ukanyange kagu proper.
Very nice.
Na uko kwa msitu. How do you expect to compare this kid na huyu mwenye amelelewa academy na Weetabix?
I used to walk Jemo kutoka kwetu mpaka Darashini ni roughly how many kilometers? 3 kilometers to school and 3 kilometers back. So that's 6 kilometers
in a day. Na wewe ni mtoto?
For 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 years. From there na huendi nyumbani kutulia. Unaenda nyumbani kazi imekugojea. What that did to me back then is I knew as a man there are responsibilities that wait for you and no one else can do them if you're not doing them. It was deeply engraved. Ile ngombe umeambiwa ni utakuwa ukikamua. Hata kukue na wafanyikazi 52.
You're the one.
Wanakamuanga zao yako wanakuachia hapo. Why? As a responsible person, you're supposed to take care of that which you have been told to take care of. Nowadays, pea Kajaden responsibility ni gani hata unaweza mpea? Ya kuosha vyombo.
Mwambie brush Beno.
Nani yake. Anakuambia hapa house help hakuweka toothbrush benye inakufaa kuwekwa.
And that's why I like, there's a statement I heard Nani Tristan Tate saying, you cannot raise boys in Dubai.
Yeah.
You cannot raise boys in Dubai. You cannot raise boys, like I remember there's a time mzai kuna age tulifika akaturudisha ushago. I was like, mzai
rada
unatutoa kwanza, alituleta ushago and then he bought rabbits for us. Rabbits.
Yes.
Boko.
Yes.
So now he told us moja ikufe wakiwa na madhe. So listen, you've now given these boys it is either do or die.
You see what we used to do kwa kwetu as a measure of strength as a boy. Kama una umbwa wewe ni kubafu.
Wait, by the way
wewe ni nugu.
Kama una umbwa by the way.
Yes. If you don't have something you're raising, if it's not a rabbit, lazima ukuwe na kuku kadhaa.
Bro yangu alikuwa na jogoo 3.
Yes.
Tulikula moja. Alikasirika.
Kutakuwa na shida huko. Because these things we were told as men you must take responsibility of not only what's in your hand right now, but take responsibility of something that is growing, that has potential of bringing you something greater. Mimi zile jogoo nilikuwa nazo nikitahiri ndizo zilichinjwa.
Bro, me I'm telling you, we tulikuwa na rabbits.
Yeah.
Like 100 of them. One day someone comes and says yes, anataka kubuy manure. We're like, manure? Ya rabbit. Why? Akatuambia, you don't know about rabbit manure. Akatufunza.
Yeah.
That is when we learned that it is very important.
The urine.
I remember at that point, that is when we started learning that when you take responsibility of something, when you now start getting to have these tiny simple thing that you're doing as a man, it gives you a sense of purpose. Unajua makojo ya nini? Ya sungura. It can be used as a herbicide. I was shocked to hear that.
Herbicide and also a very huge concentration of urea it can be used as a nini.
Hiyo kitu ilikuwa inachoma mbao. I was shocked to learn that it can be used in the so
as fertilizer also.
So me remember one time tulichotanga na tukatumia. So we kind of learned these things. Kwetu Dogi, we used to hunt. You know the advantage of being raised in Ushago as compared to living in a single car apartment is that Ushago you have like 30 acres, close to even 1,000 acres kupiga raundi. So we used to like on Saturdays after hivi so we used to have I used to have a friend called Paul anakuja na dogi yake. Kuna dogi yake inaitwa Sika, yetu ilikuwa inaitwa Tusker. We used to have 2 dogs, Tusker and Simba.
The funny thing is all these dogs it doesn't matter the village that you came from. If you are from Central lazima kumgekuwa na Tusker, Bosco and Sika.
So we used to have Bosco. We had Tusker and Siba. So we used to do like unapata wanaume small boys like they are hunting. And right now telling this to young boys when you're unalala watao kinya Jaden they wanagutaka ni magic. I once went and I was talking to a few guys when you're unalala watao. I'm telling them sisi we enjoy a lot of things in Ushago. And watu wanaona kama like nyinyi wenda wazimu. But
like what are you saying?
This gave you a sense of responsibility. Like bro, you can imagine umepea kijana wa 12 years sungura. Imeza. Do you know how happy that guy is going to be?
My brother called me. My brother is 12 years actually. Akona sungura na kuku kadhaa na umbwa. At this very age. The good thing about our mother, let me tell you something. Makes sure that all boys grow around male energy.
Of course.
Like sasa mimi and my brother ndio tulirushiwa huyo kijana wetu. Haya, me and my brother we were raised categorically by our grandfather. And that man, let me tell you, if you are not doing anything with your life as a man,
you have to explain that. And that's why we need like if you want to transition from being a boy to a man, I think it's important for you to have the right male figures. You cannot have soft men around you. I remember there's unaona ile unakutanga vijana wanaambiwa daddy daddy wacha. Then when they grow up they end up being criminals. And that's why we have a weak generation of men, by the way. Unakuta like have you ever a handshake with a man tells a lot about them. Unasalimia mwanaume you're like
shake family.
Huyu hata hajai guza mayo. Like I think it's at this point that men, if you don't have a purpose, one has to be engraved inside
your head.
Like I remember unaonanga msee, there's this guy alienda military. Very bad boy, very buda venye alirudi. You even look at the guy and you're like, thank God. The guy has a purpose. He stands straight. Unaona tu wenyewe une jamaa. And me I also believe that if we want to make our country better, we need to first make sure that the boy child, all right, that men are made men. And it's only men who can make men.
Very true.
We have to be the right role models. Why would you think mi kaa kitu moja mi huwa nasema I would rather be a good man to encourage another young man to be better. Do you know how many men we can actually save with such a kind of an attitude?
A lot actually.
I tell men all the time, get yourself a purpose. Start learning skills. Learn something that is tangible that you can do. Si kukaa kwa nyumba unashinda ukiambia mom umepika nini leo? There are guys who are used to that. And it's a high time like I think we need to really prioritize the aspect of thinking that we need a purpose. We need to be doing something tangible in our lives. We need to be doing things that improve our lives as men. And pia we need to be doing things that basically just take you ahead. Like ukijipata in a point where you're thinking of that you don't have a purpose. You better look for one.
Absolutely.
Don't live a purposeless life. And then we also need to speak about eliminating vices, gambling, pornography, addiction. Hizi vitu zote.
Because all those things will hinder you from transitioning because like you said what Americs wanasema kuna vitu fulani just right before you transition they come as a hindrance. When you get yourself addicted to things they will delay your process of knowing your purpose.
Yes.
And if you don't know your purpose, you can't be a full man.
Mm.
You can't be a total man if you don't know your purpose.
True.
Again, if you don't know where you're going, you can't lead anyone else to go there.
Mm.
This applies when it comes to even matters dating and matters marriage, and also having a family, because where will you take this family as a man? So you need to have a proper transition from when you're a boy to now becoming a full man who can take responsibility. Actually, men are defined by how much responsibility they can take care of. All right. There is a reason why a certain group of men will always lead this nation, is because of how much responsibility they are willing to take care of. You know, how much risk they are willing to take care of, how much of integrity they are, and how much of a zeal they have to be gentlemen. Because again, if you have that small boy energy, there is no way you're going to trust you with the nation, right? Okay, you might be mediocre and sometimes ujipata tu uko juu, but eventually itajionyeshana tu, tujue tu mahali kuna mahali tu ka transition kalimisiwa, because that is not what a total man does.
Sure.
That is not what a real man does. A man who is full of integrity, a man who is full of responsibility. And again, we can see the people who had a problem transitioning. I see we can see it in our leaders who are full of insecurities, who when they start to speak, you're like, okay, are we sure we are speaking to the same leaders, or it is our younger sister who is speaking, because of the things that they are saying? Because these men apparently or somehow they were not able to transition from the boyhood to men, and now it is catching up with them when they have offices, when they have places of responsibility. True. That they can't run away from. So don't skip that process. If you are a lady out there and you're raising a boy, kindly make sure that they are in an environment that will facilitate them to realize their purpose, that will give them that sense of responsibility. Admit that as a woman, you cannot call out a man inside your son. If you have a girl, the father cannot call out the femininity inside of that girl.
Okay, but I think he can in a way, but it all depends on the perspective of the mother.
Yeah. You see, it's the presence that triggers things. It's not even a matter of calling out and telling the child to be a woman. Be a woman now. No, it's not like that.
It's a mother who
the presence. The presence of a father does not really teach a lady how to be a lady, but the presence of a father and how they relate with the mother will tell the child or the lady,
this is how it's
supposed to be. Woe unto you if you are people of violence and vurugu and all that. That is what you will teach. Yeah, you are raising Jacinta, you raise John Cena. Yeah,
ameanza kupiga watu
baya sana. Msichana anapiga vijana hedi huku nje. Yeah,
Sparta.
So as we come to a close, let boys smoothly transition to men.
Yes.
Good men create very good environments for anything to thrive. Being a good man doesn't make you what do we call it? Don't confuse being a good man and being a nice man.
Nice guy.
And don't be Mr. Nice Guy. Leaders are not nice. They are good people, but they are not nice.
Exactly.
Responsibility does not require you to be nice. It requires you to be good, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As a man, I think, as I wind up, is take responsibility. First of all, take responsibility of your life.
Yes.
Work on yourself.
Yes.
Better yourself.
Yes.
And remember that at one point, you're going to be responsible for others.
Yes.
So the journey begins with you improving yourself. The journey begins by you understanding that you have to take responsibility of your own life. Get yourself a purpose, set goals, and stay ahead in the world today.
Yes. So that's it. That's the EE Powertalk. See you in the next one. My name is Daddy Blessing.
See you in the next one. My name is Elvis.